Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Now first and foremost, I was debating whether or not to even record this review yet because not only was I gone for Thanksgiving weekend, but I also got sick and whatever virus I have has just completely wiped my voice out, so I apologize for the way that I sound. But I finally saw Moana 2. Now, up until like yesterday, I knew nothing about the history of this film. The fact that it was initially being developed as a Disney Plus miniseries before Disney ultimately pivoted back to a theatrical release. After watching the film, it kind of makes sense. Moana 2 is not a terrible film. I think the visuals remain lively as ever. It's refreshing to watch a film in which it's clear that the people that work hard day after day to create these animated pictures were actually given the time and resources to do so. I also really liked some of the songs. Now, the ratio of excellent songs to mediocre songs is much lower than it was for the first film, but I wasn't checking my watch in frustration every time a song started, so in large, I was at least semi-engaged with most of them. With that said, Lin-Manuel Miranda did not return for this one, and it is noticeable. The real problem with Moana 2 is that it struggles immensely in providing a reason to exist. The storyline is weak, it's forgettable, and it prioritizes setting up future ventures over taking the characters in any new and interesting directions. Now that she's a wayfinder, Moana is tasked with breaking yet another curse, this time the storm god Nalo, who has put a curse on the entire ocean, which prevents the people from different islands from connecting and communicating. So she enlists the help of Maui, once again voiced by The Rock, and a bunch of side characters to accompany her in this new journey. And may I just point out that these side characters were largely very annoying. Much like the overall storyline in the film, they don't really serve a purpose to the story beyond a couple of mildly amusing gags. It also feels very choppy, going back to the fact that I found most of the songs to be enjoyable. Some of them just don't fit the narrative and don't really serve a purpose. I don't want to repeat the same thing over and over again and sound like I'm beating a dead horse, but that's how a lot of elements in this film felt. They don't serve a purpose to the storyline. Even some of the songs that I thought were amusing, they more so felt like a distraction from the fact that there isn't much of a storyline to follow through all the way. Ultimately, this is not a miserable viewing experience by any stretch of the imagination. There are some fun action sequences. In particular, there's one scene where a bunch of monsters attack them while they're on their raft that I thought was very good. I still like the character of Moana, and The Rock is probably at his best as Maui. I know he's not a very well-liked actor, but I think he's fine as this character. And kids will undoubtedly have a lot of fun. But Disney has the ability to do much better than this. They used to make consistently great family films, not kids films, films that the entire family can enjoy. And that's not what this is. I apologize if this review comes off as shallow and vague, but that's precisely what I was feeling when I was watching the movie, and for the sake of my voice, I'm going to cut this one short. I'm going to give Moana 2 2.5 stars. This is just the kind of fare that I would expect to see streaming on Disney Plus, so I would wait until it appears there, let your kids be distracted by it while you do something more productive. As always, I greatly appreciate you guys taking the time to click on this video and watch it. We just reached 1K subs, so I think that's cause for some celebration, but that's going to be it for this video, so be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't before you take off. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you later.